My boss made me cry every day until I exposed her in front of HR. I am not the type of person who cries at work. Or anywhere. Really, I've always kept things bottled up. Keep it professional, hold your head high, deal with it, and move on. But this one broke me. It wasn't even the job itself. I was good at what I did. I liked the work. I liked the team. I liked the routine. The problem was my boss. Let's call her Tracy. Tracy was the kind of person who could turn a bright room cold just by walking in. She wasn't loud. She didn't scream or throw things. She didn't need to. Her power was in silence, the kind that cuts you up inside. She would walk past my desk every morning without even saying hello. Then 5 minutes later, she'd send me an email correcting some imaginary mistake in a report I hadn't even submitted yet. She'd schedule meetings, then leave me out of the invite, then ask why I didn't show up. She'd smile sweetly when other people were around, but behind closed doors, it was a different story. She'd question everything I did. She'd micromanage me so hard I couldn't even send an email without her approval. And when something went right, she'd take the credit. When something went wrong, she'd pin it on me. Even if I wasn't involved, I tried to stay calm. I told myself she was just stressed, that she treated everyone that way, but one day, I overheard her laughing with another manager in the kitchen. She cries at her desk when she thinks I don't. "See," she said, "she's such a little weakling." They both laughed. I stood there on the other side of the wall, coffee in hand, heart pounding like I'd just run a marathon. That was the day I stopped giving her the benefit of the doubt. I went home that night and cried in the shower. Not because of what she said, but because I felt so damn powerless. I worked hard. I showed up early, stayed late, helped others without asking for anything in return, and this woman was slowly tearing me apart. Piece by piece, day by day. At one point, I seriously considered quitting, but I couldn't afford it. Rent was high, I had student loans, and no backup plan. So I did what I always do. I swallowed it. Got up the next morning, went back in, and it kept happening. Every day I came home more exhausted than the day before, not from the work, from the constant emotional strain. I started doubting myself. I'd stare at emails for 10 minutes before sending them, terrified she'd find a mistake. I second-guessed everything. My confidence, my worth, all of it felt like it was slipping away. Then something changed. And to this day, I thank my coworker Jamie for it. Jamie was in a different department, but sat near me. He was quiet, observant, the kind of guy who always seemed to know more than he let on. One afternoon, he caught me wiping my eyes at my desk. Didn't say anything at first. Just passed me a tissue. But the next day, he pulled me aside. "Hey," he said, "I don't want to overstep, but you okay?" I nodded, lied through my teeth, said, "Yeah, just allergies." He didn't buy it. "Listen," he said, "I don't know exactly what's going on, but you're not the first person she's done this to. And you don't have to take it." That sentence stuck with me. You don't have to take it. It looped in my head for days. And that weekend, I started documenting everything. I went back through my emails, my calendar, my Slack messages. I printed them out, highlighted the inconsistencies, the gaslighting, the manipulation. I wrote everything down. Dates, times, exact words. I even kept a notebook with timestamps. I wasn't just going to report her. I was going to expose her, but I knew I had to be careful. HR doesn't always protect the victim. Sometimes they protect management. So I waited. I built my case like a lawyer preparing for trial, and then I struck. I scheduled a meeting with HR and walked in with a folder thick enough to stop a bullet. I told them everything. I didn't cry. I didn't shout. I just laid it out. Calmly, clearly, confidently. I showed them the emails, the meeting logs. The written statements. I even played a voicemail she'd accidentally left. She thought she hung up, but kept talking. Mocking me. HR looked stunned. Like they had no idea. Which, honestly, I believe. Tracy was good at hiding her behavior. She smiled for the cameras, stabbed you when no one was watching. But now they were watching. The investigation took 2 weeks. They spoke to Jamie, to others she'd harassed before me. Turns out she had a history. I wasn't the first, but I was the first who documented it all. 2 weeks later, she was gone. They didn't make a big announcement, just an all-staff email saying she'd moved on to new opportunities. I wanted to scream. She got fired because she was cruel. But I didn't. I didn't need to, because people noticed. They came up to me quietly, one by one. Hey, I heard you stood up to her. Thank you for saying something. She made my life hell to. I won't lie. It didn't fix everything. I still have days where I doubt myself, still flinch when someone raises their voice. But now I walk into work with my head high, and Tracy, she's just a bad chapter in a book I'm still writing. Story voiced by Liam. Got a real story to share? Send it in. Your voice might be next.